guys, it's your girl Lissy, aka Coco Ghanaian, extra Coco, heavy on a Ghanaian, and I'm back with another video. It's been a long time since I said that. It's kind of crazy. Sorry, y'all. I'm back. I'm back for real. I'm back with another video, but not only another video, but it's my first ever series on YouTube, and the series is Let's Be For Real. So basically, just like kind of like an interview setting with my friends, and I'm going to get into some deep, hard hitting questions. So today, topic is kind of focused around like Black men and their mental health and their role in society, kind of thing. So I have a special guest. He can come in now. All right, introduce yourself.
I'm Jerron.
And this is my first guest. So how does it feel to be on the first? You're the first episode. You're the starting episode.
I am. It feels great. It feels amazing. I want to thank all my fans out there in the world for making this happen.
Yeah, I have 6 questions here, and we're just gonna talk. And I want it to be less of like an interview and more of like a conversation between us. So it's just gonna basically be interacting, asking questions, And yeah, so let's get into the video. Okay. So the first question, it's a good one. They're all good questions though. How has your mental health impacted your role as a Black man? And I'll be putting all the questions on the screen so y'all can see.
Well, I guess I'm asking, are you asking about the correlation between the two or how one impacts the other? Is that, well, I guess that's what you literally just said. So,
yeah.
Okay, I was overthinking the question. Okay, well, my role as a Black man, it doesn't really work in our favor in a society that doesn't really, like our role as a Black man, as what's been instated by societal norms, racial discrimination, marginalization, etc. It kind of excluded us thinking about mental health in the first place. So,
expand on that.
Okay. Shut up and provide. Make money. Your value is in what you do, no matter how you feel about it, right? Get up and produce. Our value is based on what we produce, not how we feel about what we're producing. So
it's like, do this, but don't attach your feelings. Like literally separate them.
Right, because I think the role of Black man doesn't. Okay now, mind you, it's changing, and there's a big push about mental health now.
Yeah.
But the role of a Black man originally, and Black women too, but Black men is like it. It doesn't matter how you feel. Mental health isn't a factor. My mental health can't affect my role. They don't. They coexist in two different worlds. Black men, mental health. They're two different things that do not intersect at all.
And we're gonna get, there's another question, but we're gonna get into that in a little bit. So actually, no, we're gonna since you already kind of jumped into that, we're gonna get into this question. So, what's one thing that was instilled in you growing up that you later realized was toxic? Be something that you thought was like okay, too. Like you really was like you didn't see a problem with it until you got older.
What emasculates me as a man in the first place? So,
yeah, let's get into it. Let's be for real.
The term emasculation was introduced by my father when it wasn't when I don't think it was when I was crying. It was actually when I came out to him, when I came out as gay. And he said that would emasculate me. What I later learned, and that's not the only thing that he said about it. He, without knowing, made a correlation between that and feelings too. Saying if I express myself too much or implying that, then
it was going to take away from your masculinity.
Exactly. My manhood.
Yeah.
Again, like I said before, they don't coexist together. It's it's either you play the role or you can have mental health. Because society, you can't do both. Yeah. Unfortunately. But that's one of the toxic things I learned, expressing myself in all emotion. That's another thing. Let me put a pin in that. Expressing myself how I want to express myself is emasculating, makes me less of a man. And I don't know why it shouldn't, because we're human. We have feelings, we have emotions. It's not a woman thing. Women aren't more emotional than men. They were just they were taught that they could express it
Express
more.
it. Yeah.
And let me, before I even say that, I'm sorry. Women in them in how do I say this? Okay, women of color. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, intersectionality. I gotta get into it.
Yeah.
Women of color. If y'all express yourselves, then you're considered angry. You're considered upset, too much to deal with, etc.
Which
I was
goes
really
over into the stereotype of the angry black woman.
yeah. I was
It's not
really
real.
when I said that with women, I was referring to white women.
Unfortunately, yeah. I
Because
mean, let's talk. This series is called "Let's Be For Real" because we're being for real. We're being so for real. So, do you feel like how did it affect you having like limitations on how you could express yourself?
well, it put me in this box because we're also when we're younger, we're also fighting with who we are. We so a part of who we are is how we express who we are.
Mm-hmm.
It's a battle because you can't. I mean, as a black man, you can't express yourself how you want to because if you do, you're going to see, to be honest, be seen as gay, be seen as less of a man. You're. It's a fight, a constant battle. And for me now, this is where intersectionality plays a role because I am a gay black man. So I'd actually argue that I get to. I mean, obviously, I'm going to express myself more. It's expected that I express myself more in a more sometimes feminine way if I have more feelings. Straight black men, they don't get that leeway because they're going to be seen
So
as
it's really
gay.
like it's almost like being gay was like an outlet. Like that was your way of expressing yourself as well because you couldn't. If you're being gay, it's different. Like it's like it's different expectations.
Okay, so yes, so with me identifying as a gay black man,
Mm-hmm.
there is an expectation of me to like okay, I had more leeway with my emotions because I mean at that point if you're
They're
gay,
expecting you to be.
yeah, because you're not us. So the expectations we have for us, you don't have. You're basically with the women.
Right.
You're basically
Yeah.
with the women. You're not a man by emasculation. It all comes together full
Yes.
circle. I was saying, and this is why I advocate for straight men a lot. Straight men don't have any leeway with emotions, at none, because as soon as they express themselves, it's either they're not man enough or they're gay. They don't have anything.
That's funny because this like the way you're talking, it keeps like going into like the next question, low key.
Mhm.
Because it's not a question, but it's really like tell me your experience with embracing your feminine side growing up, or not embracing it, but hiding from it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Embracing. That's funny. For those who are blessed to have a household where you can express yourself freely, do not take that for granted, please, because I promise you that is not it's not normal.
Yeah.
It's morally correct in my opinion, but it's not normalized yet. It's again, there's a bigger push that's working. It's coming. But
So how was it like? Because I know now we're living in different times. Maybe we're living in different times. But even in high school, people were still. So how was it like? Being more feminine in high school.
okay. Well, I will say this because we are in two different versions of a gay person when he's home, when he's in school, when he's at school. He's known as the gay one. He expresses himself more there, more so than at home because at home is where typically, if let's be honest, if you're in a Christian household, well, I mean, if you're in a religious household, they're not going for that.
Not at all.
Tell me about my experience. Well, I couldn't really have one at home. I had to lie. I had to put on a persona, honestly. I
And
had
that affected your mental health a lot, didn't
because I can't be who I am, so is who I am worth being?
it? That was wow. You just said a lot. And that one thing, that was a lot.
Yeah, that's how I felt. I'm sure gay men watching this, y'all feel the same way.
Yeah.
More so, hey, let's intersectionality. Let's black people being who you are is well, mind you, we have pride and culture with pride, but like Again, being seen, it's just the problem with being seen as a bad person, less than, or invalidated for simply being a human being. That's what this all boils down to. You're simply being, and you're getting ostracized for it.
If you really think about it, gay people they be mind some of them be minding their business, going on about their day. Most of them really don't. They just be chilling and like they're made fun of just for being themselves. So imagine how difficult, as somebody that's heterosexual watching this, imagine
in regards to mental health, that is.
Yeah.
On this particular topic with expressing themselves. Just had to clarify. Go ahead.
Yeah. Imagine how that just can mess with your mind and your mental because people are literally saying you should feel bad about being who you are. Mm-hmm. Then now you're lost. Now you're like, well, who am I supposed to be? Because it's the only person. Mm-hmm. I'm me. Who else am I supposed to be? You know?
Exactly. And that's what I struggled with. However, I'd say straight black men, they might be confident in who they are. They just can't express it fully. If that makes sense. Or more so, they might be confident in what they do know about themselves. Because you'll notice that a lot of especially people, straight black men that I've befriended, they didn't know certain aspects of themselves because it wasn't revealed to them that they were allowed to. So that's kind of how that went. Like how you feel about something, emotional intelligence. I know my black queens watching this. I love y'all so much. Okay, black men, and this is why y'all need to have grace for us. We were never taught what y'all were. It was two different households. Now there were some things that are worse on y'all end, better on our end, vice versa. One of the things being emotions, feelings. We weren't taught how to express that or to even understand them in the first place. So
they don't.
Not saying to excuse it. Black men, you need to work on that because that's part of being you.
Like no, that's what. Thank you for saying that because we're not saying don't work on it. We're not justifying. We're not saying it's okay. The fact that they don't know how to express their feelings or anything like that. But just to stay like stagnant in your mental health and like emotional intelligence, that's the problem.
That's the problem.
Staying in it. Right. Realizing that okay, yeah, I was taught like this, you were taught like this. Cool, but staying like that, that's your choice to stay like that. Nobody told you got to stay like that. You were just it's obviously hard. It's easier said than done, but like let's progress. Let's actually that's another question. Wow,
okay, it's okay. I'm moving next point. Black women, I'm not telling you to fix us. I'm telling you to understand us. I didn't say we're not okay, at least I'm not. Ladies, don't date a man because you see the potential, and I'm not telling y'all to date on potential. I'm saying you need to understand though, black men in general weren't taught these things, so maybe it would help us. I mean, again, there's so much division in our community. Help us, maybe not fix us, but guide us. Say like, give us some kind of because again, who do we hang around? Other black men who don't know anything else either.
This conversation is flowing so well. Like, what are my questions? Because I'm just saying, like, as a black woman, in general, how can we better support you as a black man? How can I and black women support black men like you and black men as a whole?
Understand how intersectionality works. And stop trying to, and I'm not saying it's invalid, the points are invalid, but the whole argument of who has it worse is stupid. Because the more we do that, the more we're feeding into, supremacy.
Right, in division.
In the community. I need y'all, black women, my babies, I love y'all. I love my black women, I love y'all babies. I need y'all to understand. Shut up. and listen. Yeah. When we give you an ounce of our feelings, y'all shut it down because y'all flip it and we end up talking about yours. The man is apologizing for feeling. One. Two, basically back to understanding us, understanding our history, our lore, if you will. It's similar to ours. Y'all are our counterparts. Y'all were there with us. Yeah. When we were told that our feelings didn't matter. shoot, some of you are the ones projecting that onto us, that our feelings don't matter. It ain't just our mamas.
And I think it's just because, like, me speaking as a black woman,